This is Zach Dollar and Kain Evans, and we're from the Crockett High School Entrepreneurship Program. And before we start, we just wanted to give a quick shout out to our mentor, Stephen. He's guided us through this whole process and has been tremendous help. So, start up here. In the United States, every year, we waste about 18 billion pounds of glass. And to make that 18 billion pounds of glass, it takes nearly 40 billion pounds of raw materials, raw, non-removable materials. And in case that's a difficult number to visualize, that's about 85,000 statues of liberty. So it's a fair amount. What's this? There we go. Yeah. Glass, when it's thrown away, it takes up a lot of landfill space, and it's difficult to do that. And it's difficult to. You can't take it back out once you put it in. So we want to cut that off at the source. So our company right now, we are focusing on turning this colored glass, this colored and broken glass that these people, the recyclers, as Bob Gettert may know, Austin Resource Recovery won't accept broken or colored glass. So our company would be accepting that. After being supplied the glass, we can sort and crush it based on color. So we will sort out all of the greens and the reds and then crush it into sizes of about a powder, a 1/4 inch, and a 1/2 inch in size. That's a pretty low-cost operation. It just requires a small facility, a place, drivers and a truck to bring the glass to that facility, and a crusher to crush the glass. So that's about it on top of other things. And we would use those products as sandblasting sand, landscaping glass, and a glass colorant. Because when glass blowers and glass manufacturers make things that are colored with glass, they can't just use dye. And if they do, it often rubs off. You have to use pre-dyed glass and blow that onto it in the process. So we are going to be providing a sustainable, inexpensive, and recycled alternative to our competitors. We can capitalize on our stores in store. We can capitalize on our sales in store and online. And the majority of our sales will be online at first, but we will be speaking face-to-face with professionals and manufacturers in the Austin area and surrounding cities. Our product helps the environment, and it's going to be stopping a horrible waste stream that we don't want to be filling our landfills with. Our projected pre-tax cash flow by the end of year 1 is about $260,000 because glass colorant is very expensive and we can make it using these methods. And by the end of year 2, it will be about $830,000. That's pre-tax. And so we need about $90,000 as a primary sum investment. And that will be enough to get us up and running and maintain us until we reach profitability at about the 4-month mark. So our facilities, we are anticipating having 4 employees and a general manager per facility. And each one of these facilities will be able to grow over time and to take more materials. Goodwill currently spends 22 cents a pound to throw away material that we should be recycling. And we would like to offer an inexpensive or free alternative to them. And we are able to. The end products are always permanent installations in the form of a manufacturer will produce some kind of stained glass, maybe the classic stained glass window. That isn't going anywhere. So we don't really have to worry too much about things being thrown away afterwards, except for things like sandblasting sand. And that we will enact a program where we can accept it again and recycle it to be used as fill sand and things like that. And we are anticipating with each initial facility about 20 metric tons of carbon dioxide or equivalent per year. Our next steps, we want to partner with local and national nonprofits like Higher Heroes USA and Second Chance for Women to employ the people who need employment, employ the hard to employ. And we'd be starting with part-time wages, and eventually as we can expand, we'd have enough money to pay for full-time. And understanding that we are high school students, point out the obvious, the investor in this project, they would need to appoint a face of the company for us, and we are happy for whatever nomination you give us. Yeah, so information. And any questions?
I have a question for you. You're picking a product in the recycling field that's very, very hard to recycle. Low-end markets for container glass. You're looking at a mixed material, mixed color, fairly dirty that needs some cleaning. Have you identified an end markets? You spoke to some end markets and end uses, but have you identified some paying partners that would acquire that material at a price that justifies the revenue that you were quoting there?
Well, we have a very pretty spreadsheet.
Yeah.
To answer any financial questions, this is a lot of numbers. If you don't know what's something, just feel free to ask. But this is just looking at the revenue from glass coloring. That is going to be our main product. So we can split up, we will sort it by color by hand. So we can shuffle through all the different things, pull out the materials that we need, and then those can be crushed in the proper sizes. And right now, glass coloring goes for about $30 a pound. And this is accounting for us selling it at $10 a pound. So we try to be pretty conservative with our estimates.
Yeah, there's a company that I know called West Coast Sea Glass. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but they have done essentially this with bottles they pick up on the beach, and they sell fine. They place the sea glass in fine jewelry. So I have no doubt that you're onto something here, and I don't really have a question except just say well done.
Thank you very much.
Well then, guys, so a question for all three of you. When you bring on this new face of the company, given that you're in high school, where would you guys like to end up in the company?
We would like to have a large share of the company. We would like, I mean, to be fair, let's be real. Yeah, we would like to still play a large part in the company, but the face of the company would just be there basically as a supervisor. I don't want to say babysitter, but a supervisor to make sure that we are doing what we should be and follow new ventures.
So, just one other question: where would you do this, and what expenses have you accounted for in the spreadsheet there?
So we have a place that we have found. It's a 750 square foot facility with rent of $525 a month. But assuming expansion, we have it listed at $5,000. So we have plenty of space, including warehouse. So we just need an indoor space with plumbing and energy, and then we can run the entire facility. So wherever we can do that in Austin. Any more questions?
Where are you ramping up your marketing?
A lot of our marketing will be online. We're trying to advertise to the markets that we want. Finding professionals, finding glass manufacturers, the people who need that, we can go to them face to face, but there are a lot of online companies that sell like colorants and things. But the ones that do, they do sell a lot of it, so. Yeah, so time's up.
Wonderful.